experience with dental before I applied at this job. Wasn't really sure what I was getting into, and then interviewed and met Marcie and Dr. Niegsch, and they have a very family environment here in the office. And we have lots of staff, but everyone is here for the same common goal of making the patient experience the best that we can. We have lots of fun, do lots of things outside of the office, do things for like go bowling, go to baseball games, do all kinds of fun things together, and it's definitely the people. And when I first started, I was a patient coordinator, so I was checking patients in, making sure they had their paperwork, making sure their confirmation calls and things were done. And as I've been here, I've worked up to a leadership role, and so I do more admin type responsibilities, help the doctors with their schedules, help patients with large cases, treatment plans, financial assistance, things like that. And then I also help lead our front desk team. So I'll do one-on-ones with some of the other leaders here in our front desk team, help them with some of their goals and maybe some of the things that they're trying to achieve. So it's been really great.
I started out as just a normal dental assistant. I became lead here a few months ago, and I just really expressed interest, and I know they already had my back in anything. I was really nervous becoming a lead. It was something I really wanted to do, wanted to work towards, and they just really saw kind of how I wanted to work towards that. And I know I have some great support, and if I have any questions, they're who I go to. Dentistry in general, I think I get questions a lot of, I don't know how you could work in people's mouths, but it's more than just, I feel like it's very relationship based. You get to know your patient. I feel like with dentistry, you have to come in a few times because there are things you can prepare one day and then the next time you see things. So you see people multiple times, sometimes a couple times within a few weeks. So it's very relationship based. You get to know that person. Especially with doing like anterior work, I feel like you can just see the change in people when you finish like a crown or a filling on a front tooth, or someone broke it or there was an accident where they fell and you just make it look like a natural tooth again. But just you can just see on their face how it just lights up and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you were able to do that. And it's really life-changing for us.
I think that working here has really like developed my skills. Like I don't think I'd be as good of a clinician if I hadn't started here right out of school. I think everyone is really held to a really high standard, and we kind of all elevate one another. Just being able to be around other high-level people who operate at like a really high standard of care, just being able to like absorb all the knowledge that they have. Like if you have your ears open, you'll be smarter tomorrow than you were today, just by listening to them work and talk to patients.
I am the social media manager, and I help edit, create content just to showcase the personality of Dentistry at Somerset and really grow whether their customer base, following, and all of those things. I work with the doctors, team members, and even the patients, and we create video testimonials, we create organic content, and hopefully can really showcase the personality at Dentistry at Somerset.
I love working at this practice. The doctors are all great. We all have a fun time, all making jokes. I feel like you don't even have to say anything. You can just look at someone and you know what they're trying to say, kind of like Siamese twins. So everyone's great here. We also do things outside the office. So we get togethers, like we went to a baseball game. So we get to know each other outside of the practice and inside the practice. Honestly, we try to find a lot in common, and just our friendships just kind of build. We kind of usually take it outside the office. LS Tech across the street. We have a lot of lunch dates there. So yeah, no, it's definitely fun, and it definitely carries into the office for sure.
People are joking and laughing, and the patients, I think, can feel that. And so that's why I think patients like to come back to us. They feel like they're part of the team, they're part of the family. We do one that I think is everyone's favorite at the boat float. So we go down to Big Creek and run a few pontoons, go out and tube, just hang out in the water, do a fun like boating day. We've recently gone to Top Golf, which was really super fun, and a lot of us haven't really ever golfed before, but that's like a totally different environment. We've gone to an Iowa Cubs game. I think we've done pottery, we've done candle making, all kinds of stuff.
I really do feel a lot of times like I'm just working with my friends or hanging out with my friends, and I also happen to be working. Like getting to all have lunch together. I think sometimes the patients down here can probably hear us laughing and they're like, what are they doing up there? So a lot of times it doesn't feel like I'm really working. I would say it's definitely a positive, overwhelmingly positive environment. I think everyone's goal is to come to work, do a good job, but have fun. There's not many days when I go home and feel like I didn't have fun at some point during the day.
I would say this is the most collaborative, helpful, fun environment possible. Whenever I need assistance, the doctors, team members, they're always willing to help and everything. Like I said, social media is kind of a, different job when you work at a dentist office. So you're not, again, part of the everyday operations, but it is so awesome to just walk in the door, whether you're a patient or a team member, you immediately feel welcomed, and the hospitality here is just remarkable. It's awesome. I think it's definitely huge just to hear from a firsthand patient. I also think just as a behind the scenes social media manager, you're not a part of the everyday operations of the dentist office. So just being able to see how the doctors, work with each patient and what the patients have to say. I can honestly say too, just from hearing so many patient testimonials, that you are getting the best care possible at Dentistry at Somerset.
The way that Dr. Niegsch and Marcie really protect our culture is just by leading by example. They know how important it is that our team culture stays the way that it is. So I think a lot of it is just weeded out by not bringing on people who are going to create that toxic environment. I think honestly, for most of us, it's more important about the person than it is like their skills or experience necessarily. Those can be developed. It's really more about having someone who's coachable, positive, and who wants to better themselves.
I can say that I think everyone here enjoys the patient experience. If you really want to take care of people or be in the medical practice field, we do the best I think that there is in the area. Whether it be the way we check a patient in, they're always going to give a gift. I can say that I'm super proud to work here. I like telling my friends and family. I want my family to come here and see Dr. Niegsch or any of the other doctors. It's a feeling of, I really like to tell people, hey, Dentistry at Somerset is the best place to go to.
I really like Ames because I feel like Ames is the biggest small town that you can live in. It has a small town feel, but there's big city amenities, and you're close enough to Des Moines. It's not a huge ordeal to go there if you want to go to a concert or something. Ames has a very cozy feel to me. And it's a very diverse community just because the population is so transient. So we interact with a lot of people that we probably wouldn't otherwise, just because of the university bringing in really cool, interesting people.
Ames, college town, of course. So younger times, parties, things like that. But no, my first date here was in Ames, Great Plains Sauce and Dough, actually, which is downtown. So we try to head there often, just had some pizza and try to go back to our booth that we were at our first date when my husband and I had been together for several years now. So we just got married in 2022. So we try to do a lot here in Ames because I feel like we kind of grew up around this area. He's from Cambridge, so it's kind of a good meet in the middle. Madrid, Cambridge, Ames is kind of bridged between there. So we would hang out a lot in Ames, and we just kind of stuck around the area.
I love living in Iowa. I was born and raised here, grew up on a farm, now married to my husband who farms with his family. My kids help out on the farm. We raise livestock. It's just a great way to raise a family. My family, we live in Boone. Like I was saying, my husband farms and my kids go to school in the Boone School District. It's a great place for them to be able to do extracurriculars and sports. It's an easy commute to Ames, which has a lot more amenities than Boone would have, but it's a nice small community that you call the school and your teachers know your kids by name, so it's great.
I love working here. It really feels like home for me. I've never really felt the draw to look for another place. I feel like it checks every box that I need to, and it checked all those boxes before we expanded and before we remodeled everything. The expansion, we essentially doubled in size. I think it was really important for us as an office to allow us to serve more patients, but then still keep our same kind of small knit feel.